Today's affirmation: I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. Let's be honest, middle age is a constant juggling act. From supporting your loved ones, raising kids, taking care of aging parents, managing your career, and navigating midlife body changes. Yikes, like how many balls was that? We are jugglers. One moment, you're driving your kid to practice while taking a client phone call. The next, you're coordinating your parents' doctor's appointment while preparing for a work presentation. Call it multitasking or juggling. As much as we think we've mastered the skill, we all have those days when we've dropped the ball. Maybe it's missing your child's school event because your parent needs to go to the doctor's. Perhaps it's having to reschedule an important work meeting because your teenager is struggling. Or maybe it's simply letting your own health needs slide because everyone else's needs felt more urgent. In these moments, when a ball drops, how do you speak to yourself? Do you offer yourself the same compassion you would to a close friend? Or do you spiral into shame and self-criticism? Today, we are exploring the grace we all deserve when we cannot, despite our best efforts, do it all. Hello and welcome to the Mindful Life Changes podcast, where we dive deep into the challenges and transformations shaping our lives, from our shifts in our roles at home and work to the transitions we navigate physically and mentally as we gracefully age. I'm your host, Valerie Mecki, a career change guide and mindfulness enthusiast. Today, I want to talk about something that we don't often share or admit to one another: when we feel like we've dropped the ball. There's this incredible pressure we put on ourselves in midlife to manage everything perfectly, and the shame we feel when we think we fall short. The midlife juggling act is real. For many of us, this phase of our life means simultaneously supporting our children, whether they live at home with you or maybe they're young adults navigating their own paths, caring for aging parents with increasing needs, maintaining our careers, which could be at a critical tipping point, while also nurturing our relationships and somehow taking care of our own physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. It's a lot. And the reality is that no matter how organized, dedicated, or well-intended we are, there will be times when we simply cannot manage it all. A ball will drop. And when it does, the shame and the perfectionism that follows can be crushing. I know I'm not alone in this experience. So many of us are carrying the weight of multiple responsibilities, trying to be everything to everyone, and then beating ourselves up when the possible proves to be impossible. But what if we could approach these inevitable moments differently? What if instead of shame, we could respond with grace? The truth is, we were never meant to juggle all of these balls perfectly all the time. The expectation of a perfect performance across all areas of life isn't realistic. It keeps us in a constant state of stress and self-judgment that actually diminishes our capacity to show up effectively in areas of our lives. Today, I want to offer 3 practical approaches for giving yourself grace when you've dropped the ball in life. So, number 1, remember, you're human. The ball will drop. Perfection isn't human, it's an illusion. If you're willing to accept that balls will drop, it can help release some of the pressure we consciously or unconsciously feel. It's kind of like getting ahead of the shame and beating it to the punchline before it has a chance to take hold. So when you've dropped the ball, try this perspective shift instead. This isn't failure or of character or of effort. This is evidence of your humanity. It's not a matter if balls will drop, it's when, and that's completely normal. Number 2, something's got to give. Sometimes dropping a ball isn't failure, it's an unconscious prioritization. We simply cannot give 100% to everything all at once. So we are always making choices about where our energy goes, whether intentionally or by default. What if you transformed these moments from dropping the ball, quote unquote, to conscious prioritization? This mindset shift acknowledges that you're making choices based on the reality of your limited time and energy. So when you feel overwhelmed by competing demands, try this. Take a moment and pause, take a few deep breaths, and acknowledge, I have limited time and energy. I can't do everything perfectly. And then ask yourself, what matters the most right now at this moment? What can wait, or what can be done imperfectly? This isn't about abandoning your responsibilities. It's about being realistic and intentional with your precious energy and resources. And lastly, number 3, sometimes there will be no perfect solution. When shame and perfectionism take hold after feeling like you couldn't deliver or drop the ball, we often get stuck in rumination that prevents us from moving forward effectively. The way to avoid going down the spiral of shame and guilt is to practice self-compassion. It starts with acknowledging what happened, learning from it if possible, and then intentionally shifting back into the present moment. Here is a recent reset practice I had to talk myself through. I had to acknowledge that I'm not always able to attend my daughter's games because I live in another part of the state taking care of my parents. And I had to give myself some compassion by telling myself, this is a difficult situation. There's no perfect solution. I'm doing the best I can. This is a type of conversation that you should be having with yourself. It doesn't race what's happening, but it prevents you from getting stuck in unproductive thoughts of shame that could really diminish your ability to respond and show up in the best way possible. So now let's proactively put into practice some self-compassion with our affirmation. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. So before we begin our affirmation practice, let's prime our mind and body so you'll be open to this session. If it feels comfortable to you, slowly close your eyes and release any energy that isn't helpful. Take a deep cleansing breath in and let all the air out. I'll begin by reciting the affirmation twice. When you listen, imagine you're writing this affirmation down on a whiteboard, or you're watching someone write it down for you. This will help with memorization. So let's begin. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. I'll repeat the affirmation again, but this time I want you to repeat it out loud to yourself so you can make a connection. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. I'll repeat the affirmation again, and once again, say it out loud to yourself. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. Now imagine the moment where you have not met all the demands that were placed on you. See the scene clearly in your mind. Notice any feelings or shame or self-judgment that could arise. And then imagine those feelings gently washing away as you speak these words of self-compassion to yourself. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. I'll repeat the affirmation again, one last time to let this moment sink in. I give myself grace when I cannot do it all. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes if you had them closed. And if it feels comfortable to you, place your hand over your heart to help seal this affirmation practice with self-love and care. This affirmation is yours to recite and practice for at least 21 days. It's most effective in moments when you feel like you've fallen short or struggling with competing demands. If this episode resonated with you, consider listening to episode 8. It's okay not to be okay. A heartfelt and an empowering affirmation for inner peace by embracing imperfection and giving yourself some grace in the midst of chaos. There is no better way to develop a healthy habit than by setting yourself up for success. Subscribe to this podcast and bookmark this episode so you'll have it handy whenever you need a quick guide to this affirmation. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend or a family member who might be struggling with perfectionism or shame. Or you can show your appreciation by giving us a rating wherever you listen to podcasts. Your support will help other midlifers discover our content, allowing this podcast to grow and blossom. Thank you for sharing this time and space with me. Every moment you dedicate to being mindful is a step towards a more fulfilled and vibrant life. Keep embracing your midlife journey with an open heart, and remember, you're not alone in this. I look forward to our next mindful gathering. I'll talk to you soon.